in order to provide language access, we will be providing interpretation into Spanish. So I will go ahead and give the announcement in Spanish, and then we can begin in a few minutes. Buenas tardes a todos. Esta reunión contará con interpretación simultánea en español. Si usted es bilingüe, no tiene que presionar nada. Si no es bilingüe, tendrá que elegir su idioma para escuchar la interpretación. Si está usando la computadora, verá un icono en la parte de abajo a la derecha que dice interpretación. Haga clic ahí y seleccione español. O si está usando un iPad o el teléfono, busque el menú de 3 puntos que aparece arriba a la derecha, haga clic en interpretación de idiomas y elija español. Gracias.
Thank you. I think we'll go ahead and start with our introductions, and I'm just going to watch the attendees list, and if a few more join, have you make that announcement again. Is that okay?
Sure. And then can you assign me afterwards?
Yes.
Perfect.
Thanks. And don't hesitate to remind me in case I forget.
Okay.
If you want, we might want to wait to assign, because we can't assign during screen share.
I can, you can't.
Gotcha.
All
I
right.
will screen share.
Great. All right, so thank you everyone who is here with us. We're really glad that you're joining us, and welcome back to the students. You guys have had your first day of what is certainly a school year unlike any we could have imagined. I'm Miss Berlin, and I'm the principal of Alta Vista Alternative High School, of which Alta Vista Independent Study is one of our programs, and really glad to have an opportunity to talk with you a little bit today, and have your teachers and other staff here on the call as well to answer any questions that you guys might have. So we're going to spend a couple moments introducing our team members, talking a little bit about the Independent Study Program. We have some new updates, some things that are different for this year that we wanted to talk about, and then review the expectations for students and parents, and then answer any questions that you might have. I expect that we'll be here between 20 and 30 minutes, but we have as much time as you need to answer, again, any questions that you have. So we'll start by introducing our administrators for the program. Again, I'm Miss Berlin, and this is my 3rd year being the principal of Alta Vista Alternative High School. And I will next let James introduce himself.
I am James Bedard. I'm the Dean of Students for Alta Vista High School, also in my 3rd year in this role.
We have a couple teachers on the line. Ben, would you introduce yourself?
Hi everyone, my name is Ben Boyce, or Mr. Boyce, and I am the math teacher for Alta Vista. This is my 2nd year here.
I said it because you guys.
And Lauren?
Hi, I'm Lauren Gleason. I am teaching English and PE this year at Alta Vista, and I believe I'm starting my 9th year at Alta Vista. Somehow I'm losing track of things, but this will be I think my 14th year in the district.
And next I have Joel. You're muted.
Hello everyone, my name is Joel Block, Mr. Block. I teach social studies, U.S. history, government, economics. This is, I think, my 8th year at Alta Vista and 39th year teaching overall.
Thank you. And Corey?
Hi, I'm Corey Moles. I'm Spanish teacher at Alta Vista and toddler wrangler. Sorry about this. I tried to keep her busy, but it's not working out. So I'm looking forward to meeting all of you.
And Stacy?
Hi, I'm Stacy King. I'm the special education teacher.
All right, thanks. I think that is all of the staff that we have on the call today. And Alex, I'm going to go ahead and assign you to interpretation. Thank you. Okay. So we have listed up on your screen right now some other of our support staff. What we really want you to know is that we have a lot of staff here to support you at Alta Vista, between our mental health counselors, your academic counselor, college and career supports. family outreach coordinator. There are a huge team of us here, and we're here to help and support you with anything that you need. And the good news for all of the returning students that are on this call is everyone is returning from last year, so there should be a lot of familiar names and familiar faces. Why Alta Vista? So what makes our program different, and why might you find some things that are special about Alta Vista in comparison with the traditional site? I know we have some returning students on this call, so what you know to be different is that our class size is much smaller. We have smaller workshops and really are able to provide students a lot of one-to-one support and individualized, personalized learning to really focus on what it is that you need in a rigorous academic setting. So you're still working on the coursework that is going to prepare you for college and for career, but in a setting that's more flexible. One of the things that's really important to us is that personal connection and building those relationships with your teachers, and also working on teaching skills of self-advocacy, goal setting, time management, and organization. Those are some things that we feel like are really important to help you be ready for college, be ready for your careers after high school. And because of our smaller size and the differences in our program, we're really able to help and focus teaching those skills to students in a way that's really unique and different from traditional school sites. We have a couple of updates for this year. The first one is that we will be moving to a block schedule. And I'm going to talk a little bit about what that means. We also, though, are not the only ones. So in past school years, we were on a traditional 6 schedule like Santa Barbara High and Dos Pueblos High School were, where you would take your 6 classes for the whole school year. You would start them in August and you would finish your classes in June. San Marcos was on a block schedule, and now all of the high schools in Santa Barbara Unified are on that schedule for this year. What that means is that you'll take only 3 classes, maybe 4, but most of you will just take 3 classes each semester, and you'll do that entire course in half the year. So for example, instead of taking English, math, science, and history from August to June, you might take English and math in first semester in the fall, and then your history and your science class might start in January. We had surveyed our students and parents and some staff at the end of last school year, and the feedback was pretty unanimous that everyone really was interested in moving towards a block schedule because it would allow students to be able to focus more on fewer things at a time, which also then students felt like would really help them be able to manage a city college course better, because you wouldn't have 6 classes and a 7th city college class. You might only have 3 classes and then 1 city college class. So we felt like that was a really important thing, and we're really excited to be able to offer the block schedule this year for students. Another change for returning students is that we are no longer using the Summit Learning Program. Starting this year, all of your courses will be in NEO. So if you're a new student, NEO should be familiar to you already. And if you're a returning student and you went to Santa Barbara High, to DP, or to San Marcos, you probably also are familiar with NEO. If you're not, don't worry, your teachers are going to help you and get you up to speed with using NEO this year. Another exciting change is that you met Mr. Molzan, is that we have a Spanish teacher on our staff this year. So we'll be able to offer Spanish in a workshop format, which is new for us. And we're really excited about being able to offer that this year. All right, James.
So what I want to make sure that everybody understands is that in moving to an independent study program, or for those of you continuing in the independent study program, there's still expectations that we have around attendance. And so I want to make sure that all of those are laid out. It is slightly different now because of moving to the block schedule. So I'll also point out that change. Every student at AVIS will have a mentor, Mr. Block, Ms. Wasif, or Ms. Gleason, who will be their direct contact with the vast majority of their curriculum, of their work. And they'll also be monitoring students' attendance and participation in required meetings. That person is your mentor. You will have a weekly one-on-one meeting with that mentor teacher. Because we've moved to the block, we last year had students attend one workshop per week, because again, we were looking at the entire year for a course. So now, as we've moved to the block, each class that you're taking will have 2 workshops a week. So if you are in that English and math class, you might have a math part A and a math part B on Tuesday and Thursday, and you might have your English class Monday and Wednesday. So know that you'll be in each class for an hour a week, an hour for each of those 2 sessions, twice a week. Workshops are generally spread out between 9 o'clock and 2:30. It does not mean that you're in Zoom meetings all day, every day from 9 to 2:30, but the workshops mostly fall in there, and we'll show you a little model of the schedule available to students towards the end of this meeting. Okay. Some other things to know, each of your classes are also going to have office hours. In most cases, office hours follow directly after your workshop A or your workshop B, from anywhere between half an hour to an hour. Teachers also are available in their individual office hours to provide extra support. So please reach out to your teachers if you're struggling in any of your classes, or want some enrichment to do a little bit more. English, social studies, Spanish, and science have 2 offerings. So in most cases, there's a morning session and an afternoon session. The only core class where that's not the case is in math classes, which are blocked kind of right in the middle of, right around 11 o'clock is that's my memory of it. You should also know and expect that you have about 25 hours of work to do outside of your workshop time each week. School is usually 30 hours a week. That is not different than in past years. So being an independent study program, there will be a lot of expectations of work outside of that workshop time. The best way to stay in contact is to make sure that you check NEO regularly, and check your school email, because we're going to be using NEO as our online grading platform. That's where your teachers are going to be communicating with you most, and all of you have already received an email from your teacher or teachers about participating here now, and hopefully scheduling those individual meetings this week. Another nice change for this year is where all classes will have syllabi that are going to be available in NEO. So you will know sort of the outline for the majority of your semester, what's expected in your English class, in your Spanish class, in your math class, and hopefully be able to follow along that way. And then because we are so tight on time, and because the expectation of like one-to-ones, of in-person Zoom meetings is so infrequent throughout the week, it is really essential that you are in your workshops on time, and in your meetings on time to really get the most out of being a student here at Alta Vista. So again, sort of a recap, ways to be successful in independent study. Make sure that you're going to your weekly one-on-one mentor meeting. That is the place where you can advocate for yourself, ask for help, really come up with a plan and a schedule with your mentor teacher. Make sure that you attend all of your workshops. Again, it's 2 a week for each of your core classes. Reach out to your teachers when you need help. Go to their office hours, email them, call them. And then something really exciting this year, we have partnered as a school district with Paper, which is an online tutoring program that is available 24 hours a day. Students, if you're struggling with something at 2 o'clock in the morning, you have access to, you have access to free online tutoring. And then you can also create, you should create a weekly schedule for yourself. I'm going to turn it back over to Ms. Berlin.
All right. So again, for returning students, you're familiar with learning agreements. Learning agreements are some paperwork that we are required to do as an independent study program. If you're a returning student, again, you know that our attendance is different. We don't take attendance based on you tuning into your workshop. Your attendance is calculated based on your work completion, and the learning agreement outlines those expectations. So we do have to do a new learning agreement every year for every student for all your classes. And so we wanted to just remind you, if you're a returning student, or tell you about these learning agreements if you're a new student, so that you would know that these are really important thing to look for. Your mentor teacher will be sending these to you and or to your parent or guardian this week, and we need you to return those at your first opportunity so that you can start getting your attendance counted and start getting your work all squared away. If you don't have a printer at home or a way to do a digital signature, that's okay. We're able to help you print this paperwork so that you can get that signed and submitted. Tonight, you're going to be getting a Parent Square message from myself and from Mr. Bedard that talks about a couple important things. One, it's going to have some contact information for you, so you'll know how to get a hold of anyone on our team and who to go to with what questions. It's going to have the information for you to access the paper tutoring program and some information videos so you can learn about the paper program. And then it's also going to have information about some material and supply pickups for later this week. So again, if you need help with a learning agreement and you would like us to print that for you, coming to one of the pickups later this week would be a great way to do
that. Parents are also available to be able to help. And so if, as parents of students at AVIS, things you can do, ask your student regularly what they're learning, what their classes are during this first semester, be involved in their day-to-day school activities. You can talk to them about what their goals are for the day or for the week. Help them set up their schedule. Continue to support their good study habits and continuing to grow as individuals. Help them push themselves to do their best work. When you do notice that things are, if you notice that, things are slipping, if you check their grades and they're not where your expectations as a parent are, please make sure you contact your students' teachers to get some updates of how they're doing. Reach out to them, they are available for you. And then, of course, please be active in Parent Square. As Ms. Berlin just noted, we're going to be sharing really important information this evening that has information about pickups and making sure those learning agreements get signed with as much ease as we can support. So with that, I did want to share, this is the schedule that we have built out. So you can see, again, most classes have an early and an afternoon kind of part one. So if you have a US history class, you have the choice of doing the 9 a.m. workshop or the 1 o'clock workshop. And that would happen on both Mondays and Wednesdays. Math is the class that does not have, we don't have the space to be able to offer math at 2 separate times. So just plan on, if you're in math modeling or math 1, book those times of 11 o'clock, either Tuesday through Friday to be a part of that math class, okay?
All right. So that is all the information that we wanted to share with you today, again, with our updates and introductions of our team members. And now for the students or parents that are on the call, if you have any questions for us, you can go ahead and type those into the Q&A box. You'll see it at the bottom of the screen. You can type in English or in Spanish if you have any questions for us. That's the end of our information that we wanted to present. So If you don't have any questions, you may go ahead and log off of this call now, or you're welcome to ask us any questions that you have. We'll go ahead and wait just another minute or two. I think most people have logged out of the call, but I see just a few more attendees. So if there are any questions, we'll wait for just a minute or two. Great, thank you. So good question. School started, today was the first day of school, and your mentor teacher will have emailed you a workshop schedule. This week for AVIS, we're getting started with your one-on-one meetings so that your teachers can talk with you about your classes, check your schedule, and talk about the workshops. So if you don't know who your mentor teacher is, let us know and we will get you that information. If you do know who your mentor teacher is, then a great thing to do would be to email them so that you can go ahead and check in on that. That was a great question. Are there any other questions? Don't worry, you didn't miss, you didn't miss anything. We're ready to go when you're ready to start. All right. Well, thank you everybody for being here tonight. There are no more questions and I appreciate everyone's time. For those of you watching this recording, please feel free to reach out directly to your mentor teacher, to our counselor for our program, to myself or Mr. Bedard, and we are here to support in any way that we can. Welcome again to the school year and we'll see you all soon. Good night, everybody.